Kamala had a worse November than the Jets, and they're chanting MVP? Maybe the Democrats haven't learned their lesson after all. Kamala had no item on her schedule today. Oh, actually, she had lunch with Joe. Oh, to be a fly on that wall.
We know that today, a week after the election, President Biden and Vice President Harris had a private lunch. How awkward was that?
I don't even understand. Why would it be awkward?
Because the president got squeezed out for her,
you...
and then she kept him at arm's length, and then she lost, and now she's back.
Why would you characterize it as awkward? They have regular lunches. They meet and talk regularly. Why would you call it awkward?
So there's no weirdness about the way that things have unfolded since
Did you see them?
paper.
Did you see them together yesterday as well when they honored our veterans and were together?
If they're best buds, why do they look like they hate each other? Joe coughed next to Kamala at Arlington Cemetery yesterday. I could be wrong, but that looks like a look of disgust.
Okay, here's Jesse Waters whining, because who doesn't need more of that?
Since they can't stop us, we're not invited to Thanksgiving.
How do we move forward when we know there are people have people in their families who voted for him? They work with people who voted for him. They live next to people who voted for him. How should we deal with those neighbors, co-workers, family members?
That was Jonathan Capehart at the end there. Oh, yes. See, they were playing that, that's terrible and horrible that MSNBC hosts are saying. Listen, everyone has to make their own decisions. Right. You have to take care of you. Right. Whatever your family or friend relationships are, but a lot of people don't think this is politics anymore. It's not. This is, morals and values and, here's just a little more.
Do you recommend, just from a psychological standpoint, being around them? We got the holidays coming up.
It's completely fine to not be around those people and to tell them why, to say, I have a problem with the way that you voted because it went against my very livelihood and I'm not going to be around you this holiday. I need to take some space for me.
Yep, people are taking some space in the Waters household. I'll have you know that I was not invited to my mother's house for Thanksgiving. Apparently there wasn't enough room. She said it was a scheduling situation. And then at the last second invited me to come over on Black Friday. I told her, no thanks, I'll be at Best Buy.
He's such a little whiny. God. Okay, well, you and I talked about this off air, Jody. I don't want to overshare, but, we all have stories, whether it's friends or family or whatever. In many people's cases, those people were despicable already and did despicable things to people in the family, so we didn't really cut off contact over politics or over voting for Trump necessarily. So, I'm just saying they tend to not be good people in a lot of cases. I'm not saying in every case, but if you would vote for that now, I'm sorry. It is an indicator of who you are. It's like how we said this isn't about who Trump is anymore. It's about who you are. Angry Meal 65 said a lot of good, well-intentioned people are saying, don't cut people out of your life over politics. I'm not. I'm cutting people out of my life over values. There you go. I think you need to take care of your mental health right now and emotional health and everybody's decision.
Don't let anyone tell you what to do or what not to do.
In my mom's case, first of all, she was brainwashed by not just Fox News, let's say another family member. But as she got older and got Alzheimer's, it wasn't worth it to talk about politics. So I didn't, of course, would never cut off my relationship with my mom. I was closer to her than ever. So I understand. But again, I want to get into details. But, I'm just saying, I know I can't be the only one. That sometimes family members have done despicable things that are, indicative of their, let's just say, MAGA values, that disrupted the family long before, politics did. So, all right, this down to The View talking about this, Sarah Haynes and Sunny Hostin.
I wouldn't have had any holidays if I had to only pick the ones where everyone agreed with me. And so now there are times,
and I wouldn't be with you.
I check in with myself and say, am I up for this? Because I also know struggling with mental health, there are times I'm not, and that's okay. You step away, but it will never be the defining point because toxic personalities don't have political affiliations. It's a personality trait that sucks. And we all are related to people like that. So whatever your reason is, I would never let my politics be the reason I don't show up to see my family.
Yeah, exactly. It's not politics.
I'm going to disagree. I completely understand her point because I really do feel that this candidate, President-elect Trump, is just a different type of candidate. from the things he's said and the things he's done and the things he will do, it's more of a moral issue for me. And I think it's more of a moral issue for other people. We're just, I would say it was different when, let's say, Bush got elected. You may not have agreed with his policies, but you didn't feel like he was a deeply flawed person, deeply flawed by character, deeply flawed in morality.
Yeah, one more.
You got to admit, they're very different figures. You, along with Milley and along with John Kelly, warned us about how deeply flawed he was as a candidate. And so I think when people feel that someone voted not only against their families, but against them and against people that they loved, I think it's okay to take a beat.
Yeah. People that think we shouldn't exist, they voted for the guy that, called women God knows how many different low IQ individuals and dumb, and pieces of, Puerto Ricans garbage and Mexicans rapists. And you're like, and he's a convicted felon and rapist. And you're like, this is not politics anymore. This is not, we disagree about, trade wars or whatever. Right. And I'm just saying, and also, I find them to be, you pointed one of these out, Chris. Let me just say, some of the people I know, we won't mention names.
Okay.
They're the ones screaming socialist, right. A lot of the rest of us.
Right.
That, in some cases lived off relatives for years, right. Consigned them to, crappy nursing homes and Medicaid while calling us socialists. And you were talking about the guy, the right-winger that's doing a GoFundMe now because he got in an accident. Yeah. He's the right-winger that's been screaming... Right,
he voted
that's
against
why
Obamacare.
Democrats lost, because they're giving all our stuff to other people. But now we're supposed to. So these are the people asking for empathy from us and to be nice to them after they called us names. And really, guy that calls me a bulimic ditch licker, you like me to unite with you now? You want Frangela to unite with the people telling them where to go pick cotton? Here it is. Someone named Radio Guy Chris. Threads.
Hey, I'm on Threads. I'm on Threads. I'm nowhere else.
Threads. Yes. Republican former New York congressman who voted against Obamacare and threatened to break a reporter in half like a boy and throw him off a Capitol balcony, has been paralyzed in a horse riding accident, is now asking for health care donations. That's the thing about going, Democrats talk down to... No, we were fighting for you, too. We were fighting for all of you to have health care and better bring prices down and make you be able to afford a house and whatever. You're going to find out the hard way that we were fighting for you, and now you're, it's insane.
He thought thoughts and prayers were enough, so thoughts and prayers go out to him.
There you go. I can't. I need my beloved, my JoJo. This one, I'm with her. Deb Martin said, fact, I will absolutely not tolerate any blame for this debacle on Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. Not one word. You will be blocked. Kamala Harris ran about as close to a perfect campaign as Dems have ever seen. She spoke to working class people. She spoke to vulnerable people. She spoke to independents and Republicans. And yes, white middle class folks. The fact that a lot of them didn't listen is not her fault. We have an education problem in this country, and we better do something about it. Yeah. And a disinformation problem. Chris, we were saying yesterday, it's not just the disinformation, it's the populace that is inclined to believe them, these lies. Why are they so inclined to believe these ridiculous lies? I mean, Joe Walsh, speaking of our former Republican friends, he said, I just spent months out there warning Americans about the consequences of Trumpism. I failed. I couldn't persuade them. Trump won. Most Americans voted for Trumpism. So maybe now the only way they'll be persuaded is to live through the consequences of Trumpism. I don't wish that on them. Don't wish it on all of us.
I don't wish it on the planet.
I hope he's as big a failure as he has been at everything else. At all the,
Quite honestly, I hope he does bring down prices.
Do you think he has a plan to actually do that?
I don't think he can, but for the good of the country,
I get it.
I hope that promise does come true. I hope insurance rates come down. I hope gas prices come down.
But the problem...
I don't think he can do it, but I hope they do.
That's what I was going to say, Chris, because why I trust experts that say these tariffs are going to blow up the economy and inflation.
But for the good of the country, I hope all of those promises come true.
Well, yeah, because we all got to live here.
Right.
Hold, please. There's so many.
You okay over there?
So many smart people.
She sent me
You're so
much
organized
this morning. Her brain does that. I don't know how she does it.
Yeah. JoJo from Jers said they're going to deport children who were born here in the interest of national security, but the guy who kept our nuclear secrets in his bathroom gets to be president. Yes. Thank you, JoJo. Mm-hmm. Wait. Hold please, Chris. To your point, I was something that
what?
was very much to your point.
God, really?
Just
I was right again.
I don't know when you're just
I know,
going to
she said
slip
two things of
something
yours.
good in, and then I have to have my.
Slip it in with no lube.
Another JoJo from jurors, real quick. Twice impeached, convicted felon, business fraud, racist, rapist, traitor who bragged about sexual assault is currently rewarding the worst people on the planet with extremely powerful positions of incredible consequence because eggs are too expensive. Yes. I guess.
I hate that argument, though.
Well, I'm just saying, he's not going to do anything to bring down prices. He didn't even talk about how he's going to bring down prices.
I know, but when people say that liberals are condescending, it's exactly that. It's like, how dare you care about your own family's economy?
No, it's that he doesn't have any policies. That would be different if he were talking.
I know.
If he presented, you're like, you know what? He won that argument on inflation and on bringing down prices.
It sounds like you're scolding people for caring about how expensive things are.
No, we all think things are
know,
too
but
expensive.
I know that.
But the blame, but they all run the same play every time. It's the brown people. That's why. That's all he talked about. It's brown people. If you're not happy, it's the brown people. I mean, this is the one. I found it.
Oh, okay.
Nobody helped me. I found it.
Rutabaga.
Ronald tweets, or threads, whatever. So Trump is going to build a new national university with free tuition, 10 new freedom cities, an impregnable Iron Dome missile defense system, fund Elon's missions to Mars, raise defense spending to record levels, finish the wall while cutting the overall budget by 33%. Thank you. Yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, my God. We're late.
We're really late. That's what I'm saying. He's not going to do... I mean, he can't do any of this stuff. He's talking just like, I just can't believe... Okay. I'm just saying there is a little bit of a stupid problem. Okay. I'm here with the incredibly handsome Dr. David Silverman to talk about ASEA Renew that I am holding in my hand. This stuff is amazing. Revitalizing Redox Gel. You hold up, you have you can it comes in drink form, and this is the gel form. I love, first of all, that supermodel Carol Alt will be promoting this. She's taken so many jobs from me, so I am so happy.
Just to give some context, because I have to tell you that this is very unique. It's not a pharmaceutical, it's not a nutritional product. It's something that our cells make. It's called redox signaling molecules. But bottom line is, our cells make redox signaling molecules. Your body makes it right now, but we all made more of it when we were younger. What's in this bottle is in you. It's in me, right? But I'll be 64 in 2 weeks, and I feel like I'm 30 years old. I've been drinking this for 13 years.
Wow. Doc, what a thrill to meet you and to hear more about this, because, it's you just kind of go, it works, but to hear about the why is fascinating to me. Dr. David Silverman, what a joy and a pleasure, and thank you so much.